talk about the unexpected flowers that The Wiz is getting? Nobody in all of us know wizard that they're Aww. Is it just me, or has this award show season been extremely black? Hello, my beautiful people! Welcome back. My name is Mami Tiff, aka the Pop Culture Baddie, and I'm so glad that you are joining me today because we are going to be talking about last night's 97th Academy Awards, aka the Oscars. Amidst the constant attempts of erasure on Black history, there were so many Black history moments at the Oscars to be proud about. Now, before we get started, if you are new here, definitely make sure to subscribe and follow me at Mami Tiff on all social platforms so that you can stay up to date on iconic pop culture moments like this. Now, without further ado, get your comfort snack, get cozy, and let's dive into the video. The 97th Academy Awards kicked off the night with a star-studded red carpet, and Black Hollywood stars definitely shook up the room, of course. So can we get a moment for the fashions? Starting off with one of the Oscars openers, the Cynthia Erivo. Now, Cynthia Erivo donned in a forest green velvet custom Louis Vuitton dress, which definitely was Alphaba Wicked approved. And according to her stylist, Jaden Bolden, he posted on his Instagram story that Cynthia's look for the night was going to pay homage to the very first Black Oscar winner, Hattie McDaniel. So when this actually came out, the news was a bit confusing because at that point we had only seen Cynthia in this forest green dress, but then later on during her performance, we would see her in this beautiful white gown with beautiful flowers on it, which was very reminiscent to Hattie McDaniel's look when she won the category of Best Supporting Actress back in 1940. Now, if you're not familiar with Jason is a very popular celebrity stylist. I was actually introduced to him in his career when I saw him on the 2019 Netflix series Styling Hollywood, which actually features him and his husband Adair Curtis and really just follows both of their careers. It's an amazing series. Definitely go check it out. Now, next up on the carpet that I want to talk about is Miss Doja Cat, who brought Leopard to the carpet by wearing this beautiful Balmain dress, which it should be noted that Balmain is the first luxury fashion house to have a Black lead designer, better known as the iconic Olivier Rousteing. Now, some other standouts that were on the carpet was definitely Whoopi Goldberg, giving us this glossy, futuristic Christian Siriano look, the always best dressed Coleman Domingo in his custom Valentino, Anouk Yai in custom Marni, and Halle Berry in this broken mirror glass dress, again by Christian Siriano, which I just named a few. So let me know down in the comments which looks from last night were your favorite red carpet moments. But before we leave the red carpet, let's talk about one of the most controversial moments that happened at the 2025 Oscars. And that was Halle Berry kissing Adrien Brody and finally getting her payback 22 years later. Now, last night on social media, there was so much outrage about this. There was discourse on why would Halle Berry kiss Adrien Brody when they both have significant others. Well, let's take a step down memory lane for a moment. If you don't know, back in 2003, Adrien Brody would win his very first Oscar, and he would actually win for Best Actor, which was the category that he won again last night, but that time it was for his role in The Pianist, and it was presented to him by Halle. So let's take a look at this unforgettable 2003 Oscars moment. So now that we see that, let's go ahead and fast forward to 2025, where Halle Berry finally gets her lick back. Now, personally, I just think it's funny. I think it's entertainment. Now, Halle talked more about getting her payback kiss on that red carpet last night in an extra TV interview, so definitely go check it out. Now, let's get the show started, shall we? Opening up the Oscars was Wicked's very own Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, who would end up singing Defying Gravity together. Yes, we all heard Cynthia Erivo go, for the millionth time. But before that, Cynthia Erivo would actually put a spotlight on The Wiz. And she would do that by performing the song Home from the 1975 The Wiz the Musical, which was originally performed by Stephanie Mills. And then again in 1978, it was performed by Diana Ross in The Wiz the Movie. Now, this was such a beautiful moment because to tie in The Wiz into the Wicked franchise and the Wizard of Oz and all of the Ozness of this all, it's definitely shining a light on the impact of Black stories and Black Hollywood, especially because The Wiz is a musical inspired by The Wizard of Oz with a full-fledged Black cast. Now, this won't be the only time that the Wiz franchise had their moment at this year's Oscars, so let's go ahead and put a pin in that for now. Now, we saw some more Black girl magic last night with Doja Cat and Ray, who both performed during the James Bond Legacy tribute. Doja Cat would take the stage in this gorgeous Swarovski crystal dress, chef's kiss, to perform Diamonds Are Forever. I mean, how thematic. And then Ray would tie off the tribute with a rendition of Skyfall. Now, another tribute that was done last night was in honor of the late Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is one of the most influential composers, arrangers, producer of our time. And not only has he greatly impacted the music industry, but also the film industry, which is why he's getting his due, his tens. Now, Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg took the stage to actually introduce the tribute, as they were stars in the 1985 original movie adaptation of The Color Purple, which is a part of Quincy Jones' resume. And they welcomed Queen Latifah to the stage to perform He's on Down the Road, as Quincy Jones produced the soundtrack from The Wiz the movie. Now, quick side note, Queen Latifah actually starred as The Wiz during an NBC series adaptation back in 2015 of The Wiz Live, which is just so iconic because she is a woman playing The Wiz, which has always historically been a man, okay? I'm just loving all the synchronicities that are happening for The Wiz in this moment. And then on top of that, during her performance, we actually saw Coleman Domingo stand up, jamming out, which, fun fact, if you didn't know, Coleman Domingo had a stint himself as playing The Wiz when The Wiz was at Encore back in 2015, and he played in the final weeks. When I tell you, this Oscars just gave Oz. It gave Oz down. From the Wicked performances, the Wizard of Oz performances, and the Wiz performances, it was Oz down. Now, another fun fact that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about was actually who was the music director at last night's Oscars. And that happens to be two-time Emmy-nominated Michael Bearden. Now, Michael is a music maestro. He's a conductor, he's an arranger, and has worked with a lot of your favorite artists, so definitely go check him out because he deserves his flowers in his tens too. Now let's get into some of the historic wins of the night. The first being Paul Tazwell. Now, costume designer Paul Tazwell became the first Black man to win the best costume design category last night. And this just comes 2 years later after Ruth E. Carter won her second Oscar in that same very category. And Ruth E. Carter actually is the first Black woman, making her the first Black person to win an Oscar in this category. And she won back in 2019 for her work in Black Panther, and then again in Black Panther Wakanda Forever in 2023. Now, Paul Tazwell is not just a legend in the costume design world, but in all things musicals, Broadway, theater. Paul's resume includes musicals like the 2021 West Side Story movie adaptation, and he's most known for his Tony Award-winning work with the musical Hamilton. But when I tell you I am only scratching the surface, this man has had over 3 decades in the costume design industry, so definitely make sure to go check him out and look at his work. He is phenomenal, a true legend. Another historic win for the night went to Zoe Saldana, who has just completely swept this entire award season, and that's all due to her role as Rita Mora Castro in Amelia Perez. She won the category of Best Supporting Actress last night, which was historic for many reasons, so let's break it down. For one, she's the third Latina to actually win this category, the second Afro-Latina to win this category, but she's the first American of Dominican origin to actually win an Academy Award, period. Okay, sis is breaking a lot of barriers here. Now, the Amelia Perez film has been under a lot of controversy for a plethora of reasons, which I won't be breaking down in today's video, but definitely go do your research and learn more about the Amelia Perez story. Now, let me just say this, when it came to this category, I was very much like, I will be happy if Ariana Grande gets this or Zoe Saldana gets this. I am fans of both of them, but I will say Ariana Grande, my good sis, needs to get her flowers for that role. So needless to say, I'm very happy with the outcome, but I know there is a lot of uproar about who should have won. Nevertheless, I'm excited about the historic outcome. Wait a minute. Are we at the end of the video? Thank you guys so much for watching. Now, if you notice any Black History moments that I missed from the 97th Academy Awards last night, definitely make sure to let us know down in the comments what you picked up, and so that we can all connect down there and share the Black history of it all. And if you enjoyed this video, again, let me know down in the comments, and feel free to show me love by giving this video a like, subscribing, or sharing this video to your mama, your auntie, your sister, your dog. I mean, come on, dogs watch YouTube videos, mine does at least, and especially if you want to keep Black history moments like this alive. Until next time, thanks for watching. Mami Tiff